What if we took a mostly support tower, the Lord of the Abyss, and turned it into a DPS machine in this Chimp showcase? At least personally, it's a tower that I really only use for the support option. I always use it when I pair it with Spike Factories to give it more pierce, but today, we're not really going to utilize that pierce bonus much, at least maybe not until the very end. Instead, we're going to start with it doing damage, then end with it doing damage. Hopefully, we can solo around 6 here with all of the boost stats being given, discounts, attack speed, and innate camo. Should allow it to survive pretty far, and I don't know about you, but ever since they changed the way Polyphemus works, I feel like I've picked this map quadruple as often. And not to say that I'm a noob and I like easy maps, but I just find it a lot more fun to play now that it's... I don't know, some maps can be difficult and fun, but some just have a difficulty where, I don't know, the track makes it just annoying to play. Like Castle Revenge, for example, I think is a harder, a harder map than, easier map than like Sanctuary, for example. But I find the latter more fun to play. Anyway, sadly, we're so close to getting Abyss Dweller, but I can't make it this round. I think I'll just give in then and drop a sub. I can just submerge it at the end of the day for it to stop taking damage, even though that's completely redundant in the first place because of the innate camo. But it is the cheapest option. And right, now that I mentioned not taking pops away, yes, this is going to be a 2 million pops run. Part of the many, many, many 2 million pops showcases I've done in the past, but I haven't really done many recently, so hopefully this is not going to be too, how do you say it? I gotta go back in time because I messed up. I can't buy the Abyss Duel upgrade, otherwise the eye closes this round. Surely I can still survive then, right? Keep everything on first, and great. Oof, that's a lot of money to spend in early game though, 500 bucks. Still can't afford it this round. We sure can afford it this round, though, and what was I saying again? Right. As part of my efforts to make 2 million pops challenges fresh and enjoyable, I've been picking towers that are a little bit less conventional. Again, like this guy is not really normally used as DPS, but it can be, and it's actually pretty good at it, at least I would assume. We're also not going to be using Geraldo's Jerry Fire, but we did bring him because he's literally the best hero for this kind of challenge. Just so much utility without taking pops away, because you can choose which items to use, unlike other heroes. And yeah, the Eye is going to be a big money sink at the early game, so this is going to be really annoying. If not for that ginormous money sink, we would have gotten Abyss Warrior by now, but I also can't pop lead, so what I'm going to do is we'll buy Heat Tip Darts, and then I think now we can use the opportunity to submerge it. Anyway, Tentacle Monkey has no issues dealing with high-class Bloons, nor does it really have a pierce issue. It's really just probably reliability. Well, also the fact that, this Eye, I keep forgetting. Gotta remember at the end of each 5 round, I gotta spend enough, or save enough. I also think I might have just ran into the most annoying bug at all time. There's still the bug that exists in Polyphemus where even though you go back to a previous round where the eye was not closed, it will close the eye upon itself. Maybe that's because I'm using Time Machine, so I can go back more than one round, unlike vanilla version of ET6. However, I'm inclined to believe that doesn't matter, because if I do die to a round that the eye didn't just close on, just watch, it will close again, and that means I actually have to black border every 10 rounds straight, which is kind of, I guess, an added challenge of this 2 meg pops. Unless I want to low more money, but that's not what I want to do. So, let's first off see if we have enough damage for a mob here. I'm hoping there's enough coverage that there sure will be, yeah. Plenty of time. Back to Submerge, again, unless there's the lead round. Okay, if we just survive this round, then we don't have to replay the previous 10 rounds anymore. F-Lens in the house. And back to Submerge we go. And spend another 2k. Honestly, I wonder if there was any merit to putting the Mermonkey outside of water so I don't have to keep having money sink into this. Because the money I'm saving with the discount tile to afford a cheap Lord of the Abyss is completely negated by the fact that I have to keep spending to remove every single time. Feels bad, man. We gotta Submerge one more time here. 4 F-LEDs. Oh my god, it's also not hitting the F-LEDs, because I can't really target it. First, we'll hit the Moab. Strong will hit the Moab. And watch what happens. Retry last round? Okay. I think I dodged a bullet. I think just note to self next time, don't backtrack more than 2 rounds, or else the map will be finicky. Otherwise, I think we handle just fine. Okay, now we can put it on strong. Back on first. 2 F-LEDs left. 1. There's Lord of the Abyss. GG. Now, I didn't quite plan far ahead enough to realize that where I started with a Mermonkey, while decent early game, is completely out of range of villages unless I want to put them on water. And I think I'm going to have to do that. Unfortunately, the Ice Tower / Arctic Wind does take away pops, but if we put it here where, balloons have to travel pretty far in order to reach it, then I think it's fine. I want to actually be able to fit 2 villages on the water here, so let me see. Do I need to buy more radius? I think so. Okay, had to shift my ice placement a little bit down to be able to fit 2 villages on water. But I did it, and this barely just misses grazing the balloons down here. So that is good. This one, I don't think... Yeah, this one needs range to be able to reach the Lord of the Abyss. So let's get this now. And let's unsubmerge. My #1 priority after this has got to be just buy MIB, because I don't want to keep submerging this anymore. Thankfully, MIB is now only 5,600. And if Lord of the Abyss can handle BFBs right now, then we're looking good. In fact, I don't see myself falling to anything else in a while, so I think we can make a big save up now. I'm not sure for what tower, but absolutely a call to arms. I actually would go for it an overclock, but the range of overclock is absolutely massive, and there's no way to take away, to not be able to reach blimps on this map. Even Giraldo was a risky bet, and that's why I waited until round 30-something to drop him, in case you're wondering. I assume there's a small chance he gains enough range by level 20 to graze ZMGs. So I guess since I can't go for overclock right now, I'm just gonna bridge the gap slightly, allow me to survive a little bit longer with a good old Relentless Glue. The good old reliable stun plus slow combo should be able to keep everything at bay, including, hopefully, ZMGs. Got the call to arms now. I feel like I could probably use this time to get some Echo Sense Network stacks too. Because I don't know about you, it's really a luxury more than anything. Or not necessary, but this range missing over here is kind of mildly infuriating, even though blimps probably have a big enough hitbox that the Lord of the Abyss won't miss. Also, we'll just go ahead and set it strong. The Tentacle Monkey has so many tentacles at tier 5 that it does evenly spread damage across all points. So we should just really use or try to focus down the main target, the main issue at hand. Gotta love a very cheap homeland too at only 36,000. Although again, that save up is negated by the fact we spent 4k just now here. But as you see, if we're able to handle ZMGs, then literally nothing stops us except for basically Grand 100. So I'm hoping to save at least 10k for that round. If not, we might have an issue. Pierce is also not even close to an issue with this guy. I think each slap has 80 Pierce, which is insane. Now, when ZMGs, yeah, basically just save homeland for either ZMGs or DDTs. DDTs are probably a bigger threat just because of their speed. We kind of have to pop at least 1 DDT to cause a chain reaction, but looks like right now the fact that we don't need it means probably just save the homeland for, I would guess, around 99 fortified DDTs. Otherwise, this is mine, and hopefully your wake-up call too, if you didn't realize already that, man, this guy's damage is actually really good in the right situation. You would hardly even realize it was, or at least I would consider it before as a support tower. Again, though, not every map is going to have as amazing of curves as Polyphemus, so just take that with a grain of salt. It's basically like an easy map, aside from the gimmick. Okay, FCMGs are going to be a good test. This is going to be harder around than 98, I bet. Oh yeah, it's not enough damage, is it? We got a second homeland, but I think that's going to be, yeah, just missing. Or no. Let those tridents clutch up. Oh man. It's so close that I could just replay it and do nothing. As you see, we bugged out again. Don't know if it was Time Machine, but I'd rather go back to 96. And then spend the 4.5k that I already spent. I guess we have so many leeway pops to spare that I guess I could just go for overclock now. Remember, or a friendly reminder that it's 42,000 pops approximately that all your other towers should combine to. to be sure that your main tower gets to 2 million. Right now, it's not even, it's literally barely over 1,000. Think about that for a second. So, now in combination with Homeland, just one ability should get it down to BFBs a lot faster. And take quick work of the insides. Still close because Overclock does have full uptime. So, I gotta use Homeland here. Don't worry, it'll be up for 98, trust me. And don't worry, I'll buy Exocent stacks. I'm just saving money right now. Everybody always dislikes when I skip either a Pierce or a range upgrade. I'm also hoping, what if no Homeland this round? Remember, I said each tentacle slap has 80 Pierce, so I should trust in it enough so that nothing leaks, right? Sadly, the Overclock is off cooldown. But okay, it doesn't matter. Relentless Stun plus High Pierce. 98 beaten without a sweat or anything else used. So, yeah, I'm just gonna use it. There's a chance I might not have needed it, but to be safe, we're doing that. And hopefully this ice here, should I buy Refreeze? You know, let's do that. Refreeze makes it stuck in place forever, so I can get my Homeland defense back up. Isn't that awesome? This does have the consequence of it doing 1 damage, and now we have to wait 10 years for the cerams to pop, but thankfully, I got fast forward mod, so instead of wasting 10 hours of my life, I only waste 10 seconds. Anyway, I didn't use any abilities there, but obviously we need more. Let me see first off what one First Strike can do. We'll actually use the Homeland abilities now just to see how much damage I can rack up. Seems like I'm gonna need a second First Strike, so for that, 2. Hopefully refreshing the cooldowns too will allow this to pop in time, and nice, okay. We done did it. Let's see if I need another thing during the downtime. Nope. Clean and easy. So clean that don't go anywhere, or do go anywhere, because maybe some people don't care once the round hits 100. But I personally do care, because this is probably the more exciting part of the run. Now that we cleared our 2 million goal really easily, let me show you just how much more insane this can get. Because Pierce is not an issue with this guy, and the 100s have so many dense wounds that normal towers would struggle to even come close to defending. And so now that we don't care about the pop goal, let me go for some crazy support options. For one, a glue gunner. I think I'm actually gonna say for Absolute Zero first. Reason being, I want it closer so the outbuff lands in it. Right now, if I have it here, I think it lands on the glue gunner. So I'll wait. I also died on 102 actually, and would like to change my mind. Let's do the Ice Tower up here, because that would make Absolute Zero cheaper. I want those discounts. And we can get the out buff too, now that it throws water on a good spot. And now, with the help of a First Strike, we can finally beat 102. And now check this out, so many Moabs, but not even a hint of a struggle. Again, these FZMGs are probably going to be our biggest struggle here. So, we'll make sure just to spam that ice ability off cooldown. Come on, come on, come on. So many blimps here. But one Absolute Zero does it. So many BFBs here too, but just a simple overclock buff for 30,000 damage per second. Oh. 5k. There's Absolute Zero now. And now that I got that, I guess I'm annoyed about these cerams being frozen in place. So let's get those Exocent stacks now. I won't put them on the water because the water is actually more valuable than you think. So just singly discounted around here, around the land. Now, would you like to see a bunch of FZMGs fall in seconds? God, this is so satisfying. And it's gonna be like that every round until 119. I think at this point, I do kind of want to see past that round, so I guess I have to save money for the defense for 3 bats. For that, I feel like I should just save money for a Carpet Spikes. Without having to do much thinking, that's probably my easiest way out. We also got this for cooldowns, and you know what? Let's double down. Primary Mentoring and Reactor alone should basically have the ice be full uptime. Anyway, rinse and repeat the formula again. Wait for FZM just to turn into a bunch of balloons, Homeland, and say goodnight. This is what a 10x Echo Sense Network Lord Abyss looks like, by the way, and if you're not satisfied with that, then don't worry. Geraldo's got you covered. This is actually the first Geraldo item I ever used the entire run. There we go. That looks a lot better. Oh, you know what really sucks is after this round, where I have to spend, I think, 5.5k, that might be the difference maker in me affording a Carpet Spikes and not. Yeah, now we're suddenly 15k away with just 3 rounds to go. Unlucky. Well, let's just enjoy our last round of super dense stuff while we can, because next round might just be the end. I think if I use the discount tile, even though, as I said, the tower gets sold, on it gets sold, I might just have to do that in order to afford it. Let me just see. 2 discounts plus the main discount. Wow, okay, I'm still 7k short, so never mind. And yeah, no amount of range is going to get me to be able to survive this. I wonder if maybe I can beat this round with just spamming first strikes and rejuves. I think I can afford with 30.5k 2 more first strikes. Oh, so I forgot it's 40k. So yeah, I can definitely do that. So this is effectively 9 first strikes for 90,000 damage. That might still not be enough though, but we'll see. I'm also an idiot, and yes, I know, I did not put them next to the reactor for faster cooldowns. That's my bad. I'm not gonna waste the damage here. Like, use first strike when that bad is like 10% HP. It's not efficient. Now we do the next 2. It's still not gonna be enough. 1, 2, 3. Okay, maybe I do actually have to put them in the reactor range, because there's 2 of 3 done. But by the time I get the other ones back up again, the bad is gone. And I can't skip layers, can I? No. Wow, we got to ZMGs, but that's as far as it gets. Dang. Anyway, like I said, let's just try this again. Let's just use, honestly, all first strikes on the bad tier. They're all gone now. My hope is hopefully that I get 3 first strikes up for this moment here, and that's enough to break it down. Come on. Oh, this is gonna be so close, but even if we do pop it, there's not enough time. Unlucky. Okay, last try here, I mean it. I mean it. So our last rejuve has just been blown now, and it seems it doesn't matter what order I do the first strikes in, it just travels far too far for us to be able to clutch. My best time was with using all the rejuves immediately, but that had its own flaw in kind of wasting damage on other bats. So I think you get the point regardless. So hopefully you enjoyed Lord the Abyss going hard in the paint with 8.3 million damage, and pretty much it being our main DPS option minus the bad. If you like that, then click here for more. Otherwise, catch you next time.